Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to Sam's Corner once again. And we thank you for joining us. Again, please, if you haven't subscribed, make sure to hit the subscribe button and share with others as well as like this video for more. Today, we want to discuss some of our our weekend's actions of matches. Most of focus will be on our local end, which is our national team, the Ghana Black Stars performances, the two AFCON qualifiers. We also look at some of the other African Cup games, and if we have time, hit on a couple of uh, actions in the Nations League and then the World Cup qualifiers. Again, I have my man here, Nesta, with me. Hi, Nesta. How are you doing?
Doing well, doing well. How about yourself, brother?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Thanks for joining and thanks for your time. I know
Absolutely.
it's not easy these time these days getting people's time because a lot of activities going on, but I appreciate it. And I think after our last uh, video, a lot of people were asking for more from you. So they
Thank you.
they they want to hear more of your in-depth analysis and knowledge. I appreciate that. Okay, so quickly because of time, we won't waste my time. Let's start with our Black Stars, our Ghana Black Stars. Whether we like it or not, it's our Ghana Black Stars. It's ours. Two games, 1 point
1 point.
in a group with Angola, Sudan, Niger. What do you think of those two performances? Small, a little bit of against Angola, and then more on today's match.
The Angola game, I was able to watch a majority of the game. First issue that I would like for all of us to address. It's not an excuse, but it's important. Is the pitch. Um, Ghana football is evolving, and Ghana we have refused to evolve. They we are still. I think we are still stuck in. We have the talents. It's Kumase. We haven't lost in 24 years. We are going to beat them. So we are dependent on those factors. But football is changing. The way players prepare for games is changing. The way the atmosphere, environment, the pitch plays a role. And I saw that there were comments going about that, but it was the same pitch that Angola came to play, which is true. Angola came to defend. They did not come to score a goal. I mean, they did score a goal, but Angola came to defend. It's easy to sit back on a terrible pitch, on a potato pitch, and just balloon the ball somewhere. We see Barcelona play teams, and Barcelona, Xavi especially used to complain that like they play a team, the grass is too overgrown, the grass is it's not good. People make fun of him, but it is true. Angola came to defend. They came to an away game. They did not come to play nice touches. They did not come with any urgency to win. Fortunately for them, there was a lapse in concentration, and they scored like a winning goal. But if Ghana doesn't evolve, we're going to keep facing these type of issues where teams are going to come to Kumasi or Accra or Takoradi or wherever we play our home game, and they're going to come away with results. Or yeah, they're going to come away with results because our pitch is bad. And if we depend on the Kumasi fans trying to get the team to win, or just depend on the players' ability, that's not going to happen. Partey plays for Arsenal. He has competition. He's competing against Declan Rice and like Jorginho. So Partey instinctively is not going to try to mess up his knee or his feet like on a terrible pitch, because after these two games he has 9 months to play with Arsenal, competing against these two people that I mentioned their names. Kudus is being played out of position at West Ham. The right wing where he functions best is currently being played by Jared Bowen, who actually is the captain now. So, all these factors when you now he's playing on the left wing where he's not very effective. He Against City he did play well, but
Yeah,
he's effective in the middle or on the right wing.
on the right,
He's been
right.
played out of position with a new coach. So you don't expect him to come to Ghana and play on that pitch. And I saw the images 10 days before the game where the grass, like there was no grass. Basically,
Yeah.
they went and put water on it. What happened? What happened to investing in buying good grass or invest in a company to lay the turf for such an important game or for such a prestigious stadium, Baba Yara Stadium? I lived in Kumasi. I lived not too far away from Kumasi Sports Stadium, so this is personal to me. Um,
It is for most
it's
of us.
like there are pictures of the Ghana president in Barcelona shaking like Juan Laporta's hands, and I'm like, you went to Barcelona. When you came back, you were able to sell Dreams FC players to Barcelona, but you couldn't take ideas from them on how to invest in grassroots football. Courts is non-existent in Ghana anymore.
No.
Our facilities are terrible. We've been to a couple of World Cups. What happened to those millions? We saw the facilities in Morocco. We saw the facilities in Morocco. They went to the World Cup. They got about the same money as we did. What happened to our money? That FIFA Gold project in Pram Pram, that's an insult to Ghana. And and then now there's a pointing of fingers. Oh, now GFA is claiming that they don't manage Kumasi Sports Stadium. It's managed by the National Sports
Sports
Authority, which is
authority.
fine. Okay, who is holding the National Sports Authority accountable? Who is holding them accountable?
Exactly.
So the Angola game, I don't want to talk about the tactical aspect of things. It's annoying. There was a lapse in concentration, but the field played a big part in the loss. Should we go on to the Niger game?
Let's look at the Niger game. So I think prior to
Okay,
this game, we had played them. I think 14 times or so. Uh, and we had 11 wins. They just had 2 wins, which surprised. It was surprising to me. I was like, when did we lose to Nigeria? I mean, it was maybe probably back in
happens.
the
Yep.
day time or a long time ago, and forget about that. To end a draw with Niger, I believe. I think it, we at an all time low.
In terms of performance, yes. In terms of players, no. Um, and I'm pretty sure some people might disagree with me, but you are playing Niger. Or so first of all, we've lost some games which we in the past would have just beaten them easily. Once again, it goes back to my point. Football is evolving. We saw at AFCON, Equatorial Guinea, they played amazingly. We saw Cape Verde played with no fear, played amazing football. I think Cape Verde was one of the best teams to watch at AFCON. Cape Verde and a small island, So football has evolved. The people are investing into football now. Back to the Niger game, I think some of the things that I saw. Honestly, the game was so boring. I think I watched about 60 minutes of it. I actually didn't see Niger's goal. Yes, that's how much bored I was.
Boring.
But like first of all, Ghana, our coach is out of his depth, and I'm sorry to say, but Otoado as a scout, I think he did amazing when we went to Germany. I mean Brazil 2014. He scouted a German team, and Ghana was the only team that did not lose to Germany in 2014. It's because of the extensive scouting that Otoado did, and he brought back the feedback. And that's how I mean he brought the feedback, and that's how they were able to analyze the German team and get a good result against them. We played 2-2 with them. But I think I think with all due respect, I think he's a better scout than a coach. Um, he has these players and he's trying to shoehorn them into positions. Once again, hoping that the Ghana mindset that we have the ability, we have good players, we will be able to overcome them. It's Niger. We are playing away. I mean, they're supposed to be playing in Niger, but I think there is a war going on, so we have to play at neutral grounds. So we're going to be able to beat them because we are playing Niger. Football has evolved. Ghana is still we are stuck in our head that Angola is no team, Niger is no team, like Burundi is no team, Central African Republic is no team. But they're all evolving, they're all playing, and now they all know that if you put in a little effort against Ghana, you'll get the results.
Get
So
the
going
result.
into
Yep.
the game, teams are not fearful of Ghana anymore. That
Mhm.
fear factor is gone. So you go into this game, so you have to get your taxes right, right? So and I'm bringing this to come back to the taxes part. you you are playing Alidu as a left back, which is fine. He scored a goal. He actually saw a lot of the ball in the first half. Um, and I think he did well. Sometimes he didn't make the right decision, but because he's right-footed on the left, as a left back, he's not your Cancelo who does the overlapping dribble here and there. He's more of a defensive fullback.
Fullback,
So
yeah,
him at
he's
left
more of a
back, it
defensive.
always meant that he had to cut in and either pass or turn around or pass back. His crosses weren't the best. I mean, once again, he's playing, out of position. And time and again, Iñaki Williams is not a striker. We will keep saying this. There are some matches that Athletic Bilbao has played him as a striker. Iñaki Williams is not a striker. He plays right wing. Um, Sunset plays number 9.
Yeah,
What happens at Bilbao is that Sunset sometimes drops deep. Iñaki goes forward, and then Nico Williams crosses the ball for Iñaki to score. Or because of his pace, sometimes when they're playing teams like Barca who have a high line, then Iñaki kind of becomes the last man so they can flow the ball to him and he can run because he has the pace. In a team like Ghana where our midfielders hold the ball too much, and I'm looking at you, Kudus, we can't play Iñaki as a striker. It doesn't work. Against Madagascar in Kumasi, Iñaki, the last 15 minutes of that game, Iñaki came alive because he got switched to the right wing, and that is when he started playing. And eventually, once again, he came inside, the cross came, and he headed the ball in, and it was a goal. I feel like our coaches, I don't know if they don't watch the previous games or they don't talk to the players. They are just putting players anywhere. Iñaki is not a striker. And today you could see he was very isolated, didn't have a lot of touches. It was either offside or he will make a run and the ball wouldn't come in. Um, so that's one thing. Kudus is an amazing player. I love Kudus. I watch West Ham's games because of Kudus. I never used to watch West Ham. They used to be a boring team. But I watch them because of Kudus. Excellent player, but sometimes he holds onto the ball a little too long. Today, in the first half, there was an instance where I think it was Antoine Semenyo.
Semenyo.
He made a run. He made a run. He wasn't offside initially. He made a run. Kudus lifted his head, saw him, and then he took an extra touch. And then by the time he released the pass, Antoine Semenyo was already offside. But if he had laid the pass the first time, he was in behind them, probably could have resulted in a goal. So Kudus as a 10, I think he holds onto the ball a little too much. Sometimes he dribbles one or two players, takes them out, opens up chances. But against compact opponents like Niger today, holding on the ball a little too long doesn't help. You have to make decisions quickly. You have to release the ball a little faster, and that wasn't happening today. I, I don't know why, but they were not utilizing Lamte. Lamte is an excellent fullback as well. I'd rather play Lamte as a left back and Alidu as a right back. But hey, I'm not at the training grounds. I don't know what happened, but Lamte, they were not utilizing Lamte a lot today, which was kind of interesting because you could clearly see that there was a lot of space on that side of the Niger defense. But Ghana was focused more on Semenyo and Alidu's side, which I think was interesting. But once again, lapse of concentration. That is how we consider that goal. It's becoming a trend. I don't know if you've paid attention, but our
Yeah,
last fix, even from AFCON, the games that we lost or threw away, it comes towards the dying minutes of the game. I think they get to that point where in their head they're like, oh, it is almost done. Like one goal and inshallah, we are almost done. We are almost there.
we
And
okay.
then they concede. Today they considered on the 81st minutes on Thursday against Angola.
Angola.
They considered I think like 90 plus 2 minutes. So
Yes.
I think that's becoming a trend. Um, the good thing is that AFCON, I think two teams qualify from each group.
Yes, two
So
teams.
we still have an outside chance. It's still 12 points to be won. We have Sudan at home and away. We have Niger at home, and we have Angola away. Angola is going to be a tough nut to crack away in Luanda.
Yeah.
I don't know how that game is going to go, but we will see how that goes. And in Sudan, there is some familiarity. Kwesi Appiah, who was the coach of the Black Stars for many, many years, coaches Sudan. And I don't think they've actually lost a game since he became their coach. They are not scoring a lot of goals, but they're not conceding a lot of goals. So that is one good thing. So bringing his players to Ghana, I think that's going to be a tough game as well. But when I watch Ghana closely, Another thing that I see is that there is no hunger to score. I think they just play the game hoping that they will score.
So
Like, mhm,
as you're saying, not to cut you, but as you're saying, you're right. The urgency to deliver is not in this team.
it's not.
The in the Kumasi game, like you said, uh the pitch was part of the issue. In this game, they had a pitch that did not stop the passes, but the way and the manner of which we delivered our passes, it got to a point we couldn't put together even two passes. One and the second one was given away. And
Yep.
even I remember calling my mom and she was watching the game. She goes, "As any so bobo bi," but they are slow in passing in making the decision, and you're right. So Kudus, sorry, Otuado as a scout, shouldn't he see this or bring in more, try more different people, different position, or shouldn't he be seeing what we are seeing, that Kudus is much more much more useful on this side, or he's not giving me anything? If you look at the numbers wise, these days it's about the statistics anyway. It's all about the numbers. He's not giving me
You
anything.
know,
uh
yep. So,
wh-
no, no, sorry, go
is he
ahead.
is he even as a coach? So is he better as a coach or as a scout? Because as a scout, you should be seeing this, and as a coach, you should be making better decisions. Like, why don't I try it the other way? And my other question I want to ask you is: you had a proper left back in this team. You are playing against Niger, so even if you are scared of a bigger opponent or a tougher opponent, is Ebenezer Anna not good enough to face Niger, to give you a lot more going forward? Because, like you're saying, Alidu will always wait for the ball to come to his
Right.
right foot, or
Yep.
even when he's receiving the pass, it takes him a long, like some few seconds, then Niger will happily retreat. Because by the time he takes that ball, they are all set. Instead of
Mhm.
a quick touch and then pushing the attack forward.
Yep.
Should it even
So
come to
before
now that we have to wonder if we will qualify? Should he with Otuado? Should we be in this position?
we shouldn't, but unfortunately we've dug ourselves into a hole. So to answer your question, I was watching John Barnes. I was watching an interview that he did recently, and he was talking about how back in the day in the England team, they had him, John Barnes himself.
Yeah.
He mentioned a few other players, and then Gary Lineker, and he said something very interesting. He said at Liverpool, he knew what he had to do. There was a chemistry, but when they came to England, there was no chemistry. But one thing that they always relied on was that Gary Lineker was scoring goals. I mean, Gary Lineker had
Okay.
49 goals for England for a long time before like Harry Kane and Wayne Rooney's came to break that record. But and John Barnes said that um they knew that if they could get the ball to Gary Lineker, he would score goals. In terms of possession or quality of play, their opponents were always better than them. But because they played for Liverpool, Manchester United, every time they came to England, they relied on their power. So he actually made reference to Morocco. I don't know if they played Morocco back in the day, but he said they would play Morocco and Morocco will outplay them, totally outplay them, outclass them. But then they knew that if they could get the ball to Gary Lineker, like Gary Lineker will score. England faced the same situation with the Gerrards, the Lampards, the Paul Scholes. It was players who are great at club level, but when they came to England, they didn't know how to play. So I'm coming back to your kudos question.
Yeah.
As a scout, Otuado probably would have seen this, but as a coach, he's thinking, I have Kudus who can dribble. I have Pate who's a good passer of the ball, who's a good six. I have Ashimeru who can recycle play. Okay, let me put all of them together. You see? So he's thinking that if he puts all of them together, eventually something will give, and Kudus might dribble two or three players. Kudus might take a shot from outside and he might score. Um, so I think that is what is going on with our team right now. let's look back memory lane, right? Look at the team that went to the 2006 World Cup,
Yeah.
and I was young back then, but I happened to watch the very first game against like South Africa that we won 3-0 at Kumasi. And then from there, I followed the team. And Ghana was playing a typical 4-4-2, but you could see that ACN as the six, ACN was always playing with Stephen Appiah as the 6 and 8, but Appiah was playing more like an 8 and a 10. So Appiah will push forward. Bafojan and Asamoah before Matthew Amor came in, before Matthew Amor came in, Bafojan and Asamoah Gyan, they'll play 9 and 10 or two strikers 4-4-2. But then you see that Bafojan will occupy the defenders and Asamoah Gyan will always be free to score goals. And then we had Larry Kingston on the right wing and
Yeah.
we have Sule Muntari on the left wing. And Larry Kingston will give you a cross. He will dribble the fullback and he will send in a powerful cross. Against Burkina and Kumasi, I think we came back and won 2-1. And I think both goals came from the wings and we scored the two goals. So our team right now, we just have players, but none of them actually have a role that they can come together and use it to benefit the country. Like Muntari, in his like later career could play as a 6 or even an 8, but when he was needed, he played left wing because Muntari was good. He could send in crosses.
Mhm.
You know, and we football is evolving. A lot of teams don't play 4-4-2 anymore, but I think Ghana, as a traditional powerhouse, I think that system might fit us better. Um, Iñaki, if you want to play Iñaki as a striker, that's fine. But you can put Iñaki in a 4-2-3-1. He's going to be isolated, especially if your left back is not like left-footed who can send in crosses for him. You know,
Yeah.
so that's something that we can look at. Jordan is not a 9 either, but if the coach wants to play them as strikers, then I think he can go for a 4-4-2. Put Iñaki and Jordan together. We know Jordan has a good back to defenders strength. Jordan always holds on the ball like very well. I actually don't like it when he does it on the wings because I feel like he's delaying play. But if you want to play him as a 9, I think it's good because he holds on to the ball, brings others in. Now, if we play 4-4-2, think of it. Iñaki is good in the air. Jordan is good with holding the ball. The ball comes to either of them. One holds the ball well, the other makes a run, he gets that pass. If it's in the air, Iñaki goes for it. Jordan picks up the 50-50 ball and, or the knock on. Why is our team not thinking that? Why are we so pressed to play 4-4-2-3-1 when it doesn't suit us? So that's the question that Otuado, now that the international break is over, they need to go back and think about it and reassess and see what they can do. Ghana has always been known for playing for 4-4-2. We've always been known as such. Even under 20 when they won 2009 was Ransford Osei, or was it Ransford Obey? No, Ransford Osei
For the
and
say Adia.
Dominic Edia,
Yeah.
in 2010 in South Africa, it was slightly different. Asamoah was our like recognizable striker, but he wasn't left by himself. He had Prince Boateng playing a little
Right.
behind him,
Yeah, a little behind him.
and Muntari and all those guys doing all those work, and then we had
Yeah.
we had the wingers coming in. Our team doesn't have that. There is no hunger. There is no like I want to overpower Niger, or I want to keep putting
Putting
them under
pressure on
pressure.
them.
Today we could see, like, as soon as Ghana lost the ball, I think one play, um I think Niger's first shot on target, um Lamte lost the ball. He tried to lay a pass to Kudus, and it was
Yeah.
funny because the right winger, who I can't remember his name right now. I
Ishaku.
don't know if you remember. Isaku was free,
Mhm.
and Lamte, instead of passing the ball to him, he wanted to come inside. So he
Inside,
passed the
and
ball to
then I
Kudus,
saw that pass he
and
got
then it got intercepted. And two touches later, they were in our penalty box taking a shot.
taking a
And I
shot.
think I think they could have actually like done better like with that
That
ball,
the
but
guy could have
it's
better done better. Could have hit the
right.
target.
Like a second occasion, Lamte made an overlap run. Isayaku dribbled one, looked at Lamte and decided to do a back
Decided
pass.
to do a
Like,
back
okay, why
pass.
you guys? Why like what is going on? So I, I think that there needs to be some talking to. Maybe he can. Otuado himself is a former player, but he can bring some of the former players from our glory days. And with all due respect, I don't think John Pinso is that guy. I think ACN or Stephen Appiah or even Larry Kingston will probably serve Otuado better or serve Black Stars better in this moment. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, it has come down to us needing to win all 4 games. Honestly, because I can tell you right now, Angola will beat Niger home and away.
Yes.
Sudan will beat Angola at home. I don't know about away. Sudan will beat Niger at home.
So
Sudan may not be powerhouses, but they're not a walkover. We've actually struggled against them in the past. Kotoko has struggled against like Sudanese teams in the
Sudanese
past.
teams, even
Black
us.
Stars have, yeah, even has Black Stars themselves have suffered against like Sudanese teams in the past. So it's something that we have to like think about. There is a chance that we might not go to Morocco
Well,
2025.
thank you very much, Nesta. Thank you for your time. And again, for providing us your in depth knowledge and analysis about our Black Stars. We do hope, and it will be a very shameful event should we not qualify for Morocco 2025, considering our pedigree. We hope that Otuado and his technical team can turn around and fix this, whatever the problem is, because this time around you can't blame the pitch. And we do hope that he gets to talk to these players, give them the advice, or if he thinks he cannot do the job, just let the GFA know to appoint someone who can, because we do not want to go deep so low that we become a mediocre team and a laughing one in Africa. We do not want our Niger brothers to keep mocking us every time. Okay, about to wrap up a couple of highlights from our news from the weekend. Um, the local Premier League, the Bet Power Premier League, is back. Kodoko started with a victory, and Hasselfolk just seems like they're taking off from where they left off. And I'm not referring to the last day match, which everybody knows was a sketchy win, but rather um, how their form was. They started off by losing to the newly promoted side, which got their fans angered. Well, we hope to see Hearts of Folk turn it around because when Hearts and Kotoko are on their level, it makes the leagues more fun. Black Princess is the under 20 women's team. Um, Unfortunately, are out of the ongoing under 20 women's World Cup, but they won their last game by beating New Zealand 3 goals to 1, which I believe is better than coming home without a win. Considering they were the African champions, we would have expected them to proceed or go ahead to the knockout stages, which didn't happen. So, at least a victory out of the 3 games. But the only thing is they've exited the whole 7 times they've gone to this tournament. We hope that their next one they can progress further. Some international matches from the Nations League, France beating Belgium, but before that they lost to Italy. Germany taking care of business. You have Spain taking care of business. Most of the big teams taking care of business. And in the World Cup qualifiers in the Copa America to some interesting games which went on. Very, 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 very interesting matches that are going on. And starting some are yet to still happen. And this weekend, Premiership, the Premier League, and all the other leagues will resume. So we got some more action coming up this weekend, and we will be bringing you some analysis of all the games as well. I hope Manchester United turns it around. I hope. I hope we do. I hope. Because if your national team is not doing well and your club team is not doing well, you don't enjoy either a national break or no national break. It's not fun. It's not fun. So I hope Man United turn it around and then the Black Stars also turn it around and give us some joy and give Ghanaians some joy. Let's pick up our old glory back. Glory, glory, Man United. We go. Um, as we're about to wrap up, I just want to thank all my subscribers, everyone who has been liking our videos, who has been sharing our videos, who has been promoting our videos. I just want to say thank you and God bless you for pushing this channel. We have amazing stuff in mind to bring to you, and we do hope that you keep supporting us, keep sharing, and keep liking our videos as well. We say so long until we meet again on our next video. Thank you all for joining Sam's Corner.